The world dissolved into a blur of fragmented images, a shattered shop window reflecting my panicked face, the spray of debris kicked up by a distant explosion, the cold glint of the pursuer's eyes in my rearview mirror. My lungs burned, each breath a ragged gasp as I sprinted through the narrow, twisting alleyways of Prague. The ancient cobblestones, slick with a recent downpour, offered treacherous footing, but I couldn't afford to slow down. Not now. Clutched tightly in my hand was the prize, the burden, the key to everything, Dr. Emil van Arken's pocket watch. It wasn't just any timepiece. Its ornate silver casing, etched with symbols that seemed to shift and writhe in the dim light, housed a mechanism that defied explanation. Gears whirred with impossible precision, tiny hands danced across a face that showed not just hours and minutes, but constellations, alchemical symbols, and what looked like timelines. The watch was ticking. Loudly. Each tick a hammer blow against my ribs, a countdown to something catastrophic. Explosions ripped through the city, closer now, their concussive force rattling the very foundations beneath my feet. This wasn't just a localized conflict, it felt like the unraveling of reality itself. I risked a glance behind me. Figures in black tactical gear, their faces obscured by masks, were gaining ground. They moved with an unsettling coordination, their movements precise and ruthless. They wanted the watch. Badly. And they wouldn't hesitate to kill to get it. I ducked into a shadowed alcove, the scent of damp earth and decay filling my nostrils. Pressing myself against the cold stone, I tried to control my breathing, to quiet the frantic hammering of my heart. The watch ticked on, its rhythm a relentless reminder of the time slipping away. My mentor's words echoed in my mind, a chilling prophecy whispered years ago in his cluttered workshop. Alexis, if the clock ever strikes midnight, the world will cease to exist as we know it. His voice, usually warm and reassuring, had been laced with a desperate urgency that day. I hadn't fully understood then. I do now. Dr. Van Arken, a genius, a recluse, a man obsessed with time. He wasn't just a clockmaker. He was a guardian, a protector. And then, he vanished. One day he was there, the next, only a cryptic note and this infernal watch remained. The note. I pulled it from my pocket, its edges frayed and softened from countless readings. Only you can stop the collapse of time. A wave of nausea washed over me. Me? A disillusioned time-travel engineer haunted by the ghosts of my own mistakes? I had seen firsthand the devastating consequences of tampering with time, the paradoxes, the fractured realities. I had come to see time travel as a curse, a Pandora's box best left unopened. Yet, here I was, running for my life, entrusted with a device that could either save the world or destroy it utterly. The irony wasn't lost on me. A flicker of movement at the end of the alley. They were closing in. I had to move. But where could I go? Who could I trust? The weight of the world, the weight of time itself, pressed down on me. Was I strong enough? Was I worthy of this impossible task? Or was I, in my desperate attempt to prevent a war, the very catalyst that would ignite it? The memory of Dr. Van Arken's workshop was a stark contrast to the chaos around me. Sunlight streamed through the dusty windows, illuminating motes of golden light dancing in the air. The rhythmic ticking of countless clocks filled the space, a soothing symphony of time in motion. Emil, his eyes magnified by thick lenses, would be hunched over his workbench, his hands moving with the delicate precision of a surgeon as he coaxed life into intricate mechanisms. He had been more than a mentor. He was a father figure, a guiding light in my otherwise turbulent life. He had taught me the beauty and the danger of time, the delicate balance that held the universe together. Time, he would say, his voice filled with reverence, is not a river, Alexis. It is an ocean, vast and unpredictable. And we are but fragile boats upon its surface. His disappearance still haunted me. One moment he was there, explaining the intricacies of temporal mechanics, the next, gone without a trace. The police called it a cold case, a mystery unsolved. But I knew, deep down, that his disappearance was connected to his work, to the secrets hidden within the gears of time. He had entrusted me with so much, the watch, the blueprints, the cryptic warning. But he had also left me with a profound moral dilemma. Time travel, a technology one both craved and abhorred. The power to change the past, to shape the future, to rewrite reality itself. A power that had corrupted so many, including myself. I had seen the seductive allure of time travel, the temptation to fix mistakes, to alter destinies. But I had also witnessed the devastating consequences, the fractured timelines, the paradoxes that could unravel the very fabric of existence. Was I destined to repeat the mistakes of the past? Or could I rise above my own doubts and become the savior Dr. Van Arken believed I could be? My thoughts were interrupted by a sharp crack. A bullet ricocheted off the wall beside me, sending a shower of sparks into the air. They had found me.